There we go. So much for the countdown this time. What's up, everybody? How you doing tonight? Oh no, don't hear myself twice. Definitely don't want to hear myself twice. How's everybody going? It's early. We'll let some people show up. Anti-PetSmart. You know I love your name. How you doing tonight? Hope you're having a good weekend. Gravedigger. Nice to see you. Are you an actual gravedigger? Or is that a reference to the monster truck? Or is it just a name? T-Bone, my friend. How are you doing? How is life down under? We don't hear much truth up here, but wow. Down under's a little crazy lately, isn't it? Or is it just me? How is it where you're at? B-Baller, good to see you. How's your weekend going? I might have asked you this before, but I'm going to ask now. I'm assuming B-Baller is a reference to basketball. What's your team? Muppet, always great to see you. How are you doing? Greg, another person from down under. How is it where you're at, Craig? I'm kind of curious. I know what I hear, but I'd rather hear from people that actually live down there. You are a grave digger. All right, so you dig the grave, and Craig puts him in the grave. Nice. I don't know. You guys should go out and have coffee or something. Now, do you actually physically dig the grave with a shovel? Or do they have tools for that now? Do you get to go out there with a nice little backhoe and just take it out? Or do you got to actually use or do you actually got to use like an actual shovel? SI Swim Magazine Collector. Hello, nice to see you. Hope you're having a good Saturday. It is Saturday, right? Yeah, it is Saturday. It's going good. All right, good to hear. Are you guys on any kind of lockdown or anything like that? I'm just curious. So how's everybody's weekend going? What's new? Oh, the reason it's dark behind me is because I have to redo. That's what Panic in the Fish Room is about. I have to redo so many LED lights tomorrow. It's ridiculous. I have a power pack that's going out. My original T5s that were my 55 gallon finally after 20 something years blew out. So I'm gonna redo that with LEDs. Then I got another one that's blinking on and off. I gotta do that one. Then I got another one where the LEDs are dim on one side. I mean, I kind of like the way it looks, but I might as well just replace them all. So tomorrow I'm gonna go to work and scavenge a whole bunch of 6500K LEDs and some wire and butt connectors and shrink wrap and all that, and come home and fix everything. Hopefully I can do it all in a couple hours. Hello, Jenny Lynn. How are you doing? Working tonight? Oh, well, gotta do what you gotta do. Like I said, Anti-PetSmart, I love that name. So, Craig, how is it? Well, hold on, you just said something, so I blew past it. You have just become the most locked down city in the world today. 274 days. All right. So you guys are in the lead, I guess. I guess that's something to be happy about. Mike, how are you doing, my friend? I've been thinking about you. Not in that kind of way. Don't get too excited. I have no choice. I'm not going. Look, I had 6 or 7 tanks. The lights go wonky in the last week. So I'm to the point now where I don't have the money, and I'm not doing it when I have LEDs at work. I'm just going to take these stupid things apart, put new LEDs in. I'm going to run it all off one power pack. I'll run like 10, 12 tanks off of. It's either I'll use a 60 watt, and if that blinks, I'll put a 100 watt there. I don't care. What am I doing? Here, let me copy the link. What's wrong with me? It's crunch time. Oh, dude. Dude. It's my Bob Kelly imitation. Let me tell you, dude. Ricky, how are you doing? Ricky, did I see somewhere today, like, I was at work. I just got home a little while ago, but did I see something about your birthday? Or was I mistaken? Is it your birthday? Is your birthday coming up? You know. Or would I just read it all wrong because I was in the truck? Geek Boy, how are you doing, my friend? Good to see you. It's on Monday. All right, good. So I didn't miss it. How old are you going to be? 17? 18? You're still young enough for birthdays, you know. They're not too bad. Once you get past 50, it's like, all right, enough with these friggin' things. But, I mean, come on. How many of these are we going to do? Michael, my friend, how are you
I got
doing?
a little over here, man.
Look at that. That beard just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, I haven't had time for that, man.
Mm.
Definitely need to trim, but I don't care. I got other shit going on.
I need an update. I thought you were gonna go play. I thought you were gonna go play bass with ZZ Top. That's it.
I am.
They need one. They need one. Hey, I bet they pay pretty good.
You think?
So, what's the update, man? What's going on?
We are doing shit with $25,000 that nobody in the world has ever done. So, I guess that's the update.
I seen that one video you posted. That place was nice, man.
No.
No.
Honestly, the new place is worse, but we have a plan. We have a plan with it. The building's going. We're gonna hire a bulldozer. They're gonna go out and just tear it down. There's the concept of that building remaining anywhere near my property is beyond ridiculous. But it's a full half acre in a fairly nice area, lots of trees, and in a great freaking spot. I can't wait to show you. Once we get moved, the videos we're going to be turning out are going to be ridiculous. We are actually moving.
Wait. I'm still confused. So you're going to knock down the house or the dwelling, whatever's there at the moment. That's getting knocked down. And what are you gonna chill in?
Huh?
What are you gonna chill in the meantime?
We are. That's for our. So that's for our stream. So it's for our stream. I can't tell you. I'm sorry.
All right, no problem. I'm picturing Tent City. Maybe I don't know.
This my video side is horrible. My phone is like all sorts of bright colored and weird. I don't know. Anyway, it's weird. And choppy. Oh God.
Anyway, I don't know. No one yelled at me in the chat yet, so I don't know.
Well, I could see it up on TV, and it's choppy as hell. I wonder if it's on data or if it's on. Hold on, let's find out.
What's going on, Vinny? How you been, man?
How you doing, brother? Good to see you.
I hope your week was well.
You know what? It's another friggin' insane week. Or just things I didn't want to deal with. I didn't just no. It's just I don't know. I just want a normal week. That's all I want. That's all I'm looking for.
Yeah, but define normal.
Nobody dying. Number one. We can shoot for no one dying. No one getting arrested. We can shoot for that as number two. Pretty much after that, I'm all right.
No, I got you.
You know, it's been really rough. No, one of my kids' 16-year-old friend, they're the brother of their best friend, died on Monday morning in a car accident
Oh man.
at
Oof.
16 years old. So they had to deal with that. And, you gotta kind of walk them through that one because that's a first for them. I mean, we've all had that happen. I mean, unfortunately, it was, my God, 16 years old. So that was another rough one that came up right after, we kind of thought we'd get a little head out of the water. And then that one happened. I don't know, I shouldn't talk about that one. There might be litigation coming. There might be litigation coming. Two separate, well, not two completely separate things, but two things. One of my daughters might have got a little mad at a boy this week. And we'll just leave it at that.
She put the beat down on him.
Hey, you know what? I don't know. I don't want to say anything. God forbid it comes pulled up in court
I know.
somewhere.
I
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Vin, did we ever find out what happened to you last week?
Dude, more of the same. I've been overwhelmed lately between work and having two teenagers that are finally. Look, the kids going back to school after not being in school for so darn long is a whole nother animal.
I get that.
And now I got a senior and I got a freshman, both in the same school together.
Yeah,
So it's.
I can imagine that's going to be rough.
Yes. And I'm not saying they're anything like me, because socially they're not. But as far as maybe like my temper or things like that, they might have that. They might have inherited that. They might have inherited the dumb part, which
I was the oldest, so I don't know what it was like. But your younger one now is going through with the same teachers.
Well,
Do you
the
think
thing
it's
is,
harder for the second one? Or the first one?
100%. 100%. The problem is, we all know, you can't let someone pick on you as a freshman, because then everybody's going to pick on you. And they're going to pick on you all 4 years. It's never going to end. You either stand up to that first bully that picks on you as a freshman, or you're going to go through it. Or eventually you're going to really have to stand up, and it's going to become, who knows where you are at that point. So what am I going to do? I definitely will say whatever happened, she wasn't in the wrong. So, I mean, sometimes you got to be careful who you get lippy with, okay? Sometimes you got to listen, I don't care if you're a young buck and you think you're running around like you're the captain of the football team. Sometimes you need to zip that lip, son. Zip that lip.
Yup.
I mean, look, what are you going to do? You can't let kids get picked on. It's not like something wasn't said to the school already and things like that, where it's like,
No.
cut it out.
Yep.
So, whatever. I don't want to talk too much about it, but yeah, that's about it.
The joys of having teenagers.
Yeah. But it's always like that. You can't let your kids get picked on in school,
No.
because then everybody does it. Then they get bad self-esteem.
I don't know. You can get bad self-esteem by spending a year in juvenile hall too, I think.
Yeah, but look, if you're justified like some kind of Chuck Norris kung fu type thing, you're Han Solo, everything's all right.
Is that how that works?
Yeah, it's not like I send him to school in the morning with a bat and show him that scene from the Untouchables. Enthusiasms.
Wow.
Ricky was never picked on. I was picked on. I was picked on all the time because they had a
People
big
were picked
stupid.
on. Everybody was picked on. You can't go to high school and not get picked on once in a while by some schmuck.
Oh,
I was kind of a badass in high school, and I still got picked on. So whatever.
Yeah, it happens. Everybody's got it's a pecking order. It's how it goes.
Yeah.
Nowadays they call in the SWAT team though.
They call it what? Oh, they call it the SWAT team.
They
Yeah,
do. They get everybody involved.
Yeah, well, that's because kids walk into schools with guns these days. So, they get a little nervous.
I walked into my high school with a 45 caliber Colt.
Why?
Because my history teacher,
Where did you go to school? The
Was-
OK Corral?
it was an extreme gun nut, and it was a military issue firearm,
Well, that makes it
and
okay.
he was also a collector of military stuff, and I brought it in so he could evaluate it and assess a value to it. It was unloaded. It
Oh, I
didn't
gotta
have a
miss the
clip in
question.
it, and nobody freaked out.
No,
Yeah, you can't do
dude,
that now.
back in the days, they used to bring their guns to school and do like shooting classes in the
We
50s
did.
and whatever.
No, that was out in the middle of Kentucky, Vin. That didn't happen
It's
anywhere but
still-
Kentucky. That didn't
It's
even happen in
so
Florida.
what? What's wrong with Kentucky?
We shot Civil War era long rifles, the flintlock,
The flintlocks.
in the parking lot of the high school. Of course, we didn't have ball. We didn't put a ball in it, but we did the powder and the packing and the wad and the flint and the whole thing
That was Kentucky.
in the parking lot of the high school.
Yeah, no, the closest we got bow and arrows once, and they decided that was a stupid move right off the bat.
That's like giving a bunch of high school kids lawn darts.
Dude, my friend,
What could possibly go wrong?
look, my friend. I'm not saying God rest his soul. He passed away in a car accident a long time ago. But he took the bow and arrow and he just shot it kind of up in the air, but kind of towards in the direction of where the teachers were walking. Dude, this dude missed this one lady teacher by about 5 foot with this arrow. And like, there was no thought in his mind like, if this hits her, it's gonna kill her. No, it was just, look what I did. I shot an arrow in the air. Next thing they do is go, who shot? The whole Bill Cosby thing. Who shot the arrow? Who shot the arrow?
We actually used to do that.
Yes.
A group of us,
Dude.
there'd be like 12 kids, and one guy in the middle would shoot an arrow up in the air, and then we'd watch it coming down.
Yeah, we did
Whoever
that too.
hold their ground.
We didn't do it at school.
You can do that, but not at your teachers, I don't think, because they're not in on the joke. They're not in on the joke. They don't get. They didn't see the Adam Sandler movie. They're just walking around talking about whatever teacher's talking about.
That Vinny kid, man, Jesus.
Wasn't me. I was just standing next to him. Cause no, I was bad, but that was never like insane bad. Like that was just. I just looked at him like, what if this hits one of them? Even as my teen mind said to me, wait a minute, this has the possibility of killing one of my gym teachers. And it wasn't even the one I didn't like.
Yeah.
It was one of the girl gym teachers. I had nothing to do with her.
All right, that's better. Go on a logo. I don't have to work so damn hard with the phone.
There you go. T-Bone says he used to get picked on in school until he stood up to them. He got beaten up, but they respected you after that. Yeah, he did. Sometimes, look, dude, sometimes you got to take a beating, but at least hopefully that's the only beating. You should.
Yeah, I never took a beating in high school, but I did take a beating outside of high school a couple of times. And the school I went to was a serious fight school. Like we threw down a lot. But
What do you mean a serious fight school? What was it? A Gracie dojo you went to school?
Pretty much, man. I went to Southeast. And Southeast in every town is that school.
Is
where
that still
everybody there-
Florida?
Yeah.
Yeah, Florida's known for being a little rough.
I mean, we had metal detectors on the door in the 80s.
Dude, listen, I'm from the mean streets of Connecticut, my friend, all right? Just remember that. The mean streets of Connecticut.
Yeah,
Okay.
I always thought of kids from Connecticut as tough guys. That always.
That's
that
right.
was always
We
the
got a reputation.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
I always thought that.
Mhm.
I always thought that. I'll tell you what is interesting is being from Florida and moving into any other state for any period of time. They have an instant fear of you, whether it's warranted or not. Everybody is just like, oh shit, that guy's from Florida, and they don't mess with you. Go to Kansas City, being from Florida, and people are just like, they won't even look at you.
I would like that because I spent so much time in Florida. I spent a lot of time in Florida with my grandparents as a kid, so I'm kind of like,
Yeah.
I miss that like the different beat of the drum, if you want to say
Right.
it that way. You know, I
Well,
don't
I
mind
didn't
that.
say it that way. You said it that way.
Yeah, I don't mind friggin' alligators in the backyard. Who cares?
Mm-hmm.
You
Yep.
know?
Oh
Did you
my
see- what was
God.
that?
Huh?
What, that video of the guy putting the friggin' alligator in the garbage pail? That was
Yeah,
good.
I'm like that's a daily
I give him
occurrence
credit
right
for
there.
that.
Most of us don't even bother to video edit anymore. We're just like, putting a freaking alligator in a trash can,
I
whatever.
don't even think it was an alligator. I think it was one of them iguanas. That's how
No,
big
it
those things
actually-
are getting.
It actually wasn't an alligator. It was a caiman.
Oh, those are worth some money, right?
No, but they're actually meaner than alligators. That was pretty impressive. That guy had some guts. He probably didn't know it was a caiman, but it definitely was a caiman. The snout was longer.
Either way, no matter what it is at that point, you're that close to it. You're looking at the mouth, and it took him so long to get it up into the trash thing too. Every time he pushed
Yeah, I
it, the
don't
thing was pretty
understand why you
smart.
didn't just kind of have a beer with it, man. You know, around here, that's what you do. You just pop open a jug and, get drunk with an alligator.
Throw, throw the alligator some edibles.
Yeah.
Fucked up.
Yeah. About the
Get
end of
all
that shit.
zoned out.
Give him a couple gummy bears. He'll chill out.
That's it. Then you go over and you talk to him about stuff. You talk to him about flat Earth. That's what you do.
Yeah.
Ricky,
At least there you might find somebody who agrees with you.
yeah. Well, listen to an alligator. It's got to be a flat Earth. I don't think they
From an
think anything
alligator's point
different.
of view. Yeah,
Oh,
from
he
an
does
alligator's
his-
point of view, probably
You
very
know.
much flatter.
I could get them on my side. That
Hey,
would be
Vinny,
great. Yes,
I
sir.
do want to say that I want to thank you for giving me hours upon hours of delightful entertainment.
Yeah, I agree.
It's because I started looking up some of these flat earthers, and then it turned in with the YouTube algorithm. It turned into the sovereign citizens.
Oh,
Yeah.
those guys.
And I've been watching the sovereign citizens things, just waiting for the window to get smashed. For the
Dude.
cop to pull them out of the car.
I have a-
Just,
I have
and it's all because of you, Vinny.
Dude, I have a
appreciate
co-
it, man.
believe it or not, I have a couple friends that are actually sovereign citizens. Okay, and one of them's on Facebook. The other one I know personally, and he tried to go into court, and he tried to do that shit for real. All right?
Yeah, it didn't work, did it?
You know what? It didn't have the outcome he was expecting. I'm just gonna say that. You know, I mean, it just really didn't work out kind of the way he was expecting. When he told him that he told the judge that the United States is a corporation and
Right,
he doesn't
right.
fall under the in the jurisdiction of the corp. Look, I'm crazy. But I'm not go to court and say that kind of shit crazy. Okay. Okay.
Oh,
I
you
go
would
to-
believe some of the things I've told the judge before.
I go to court and I'm like, dude.
Oh, I would
I'm-
believe it. But I also
First
know
thing
you.
I do
I'm
is-
in prison,
I'm a
so-
single dad. It's the first thing in my mouth. I'm a single dad. Just trying to get by.
Going for the sympathy vote, are you?
Oh, dude, always that. And when I try to buy a used car, I look for people to put cars up there, and then I like give them a really low ball price and go, I'm a single dad, and I give them some kind of sob story. And every once in a while, I go for it. I'm like, I just needed to get back and forth to work. My kids are gonna starve, all the good stuff. Every once in a while, I go for it.
It depends on the cop you run into. You get those cops that are just out to bust your balls. And you get other cops that are actual real people, and real people you can get stuff.
Oh, some of them will get a kick. Some cops get a kick out of it. They're like, "What is this dude talking about?" And they get a kick, but still, it's still not working. No matter what, whether they like you or not, it's not working. No, I'm not a sovereign citizen, and I'm not
Yeah,
a flat earther anymore. I don't believe the Earth is
What?
flat anymore. I don't.
When did that
we knew
happen?
that.
I told you. I thought we live in. I told you we live in a simulation. That's what
Yeah,
I
but
did.
is it a round simulation or a flat simulation?
Dude, it's whatever your reality wants it to be.
I thought
Really?
Vinny went up in a rocket and figured out that it wasn't flat.
When did we do that?
The
The
first time
times
took
that
a
you were
rocket up?
delusional talking about simulations.
Oh boy.
When did we do that? When did we take a rocket up there? What rocket are we talking about?
The rocket you made in your backyard, man.
Dude, I made some rockets. They only go so far. Remember those
did
water?
try to make a rocket in the backyard one time. Didn't work out so
Of
well.
course. When we were kids.
But I tell you what, those ones that you put a little bit of water in and pump them
Yes.
up in the air, those
That's what I was
things
gonna
were
say.
badass and a lot of fun.
Yeah, they were. And you can't buy those anymore.
No,
That's a
because they
trick.
blew up and put plastic shrapnel everywhere. If you pump it up.
The estates rockets are even funner.
Yeah.
The ones with actual, you had to put the rocket engines in.
Yes.
Yes.
But my
Yeah.
parents didn't trust me with those.
We used to be, see, we got the beach right down the street from me. We used to be able to go do that. We used to do that in school every year. We'd have rocket day. And we'd go shoot some rockets off at the beach. And then me and my
Yeah,
dopey
son and I
friends would
could
go do it
that all
too.
the time. Nick,
A guy
Nick and I used
on-
to do that all the time.
A guy on my friend's street when I was growing up must have worked for estates. He had a garage sale, and he must have had, if he had one, he had 1,000 rockets.
Oh,
I mean, the whole
Wow.
garage was just lined, and he was selling them for $1 a piece.
Wow.
Really?
I
That's
got so many
super
different
cool.
rockets. I got the SR-71 rocket. I got the space shuttle rocket. I got the Apollo rocket. I got all of them.
Cool.
Where they are, I have no clue anymore.
see.
I know where they
I
are.
do.
They're 14 blocks over where the wind blew them when you got them up there in the stratosphere.
Well, no, because some of them I didn't even get around to making. There was that many of them
Oh.
that I couldn't build them all.
I got
Did Jimmy P just call me a gas bag?
Yes. All four of us.
Oh
What
my
do I
God,
think
that's
of-
great.
Aquarium fishing.
I don't know whether I should laugh at it or be offended. I'm not sure.
Well,
Well, he loves
technically,
it, so
if
you
you
can
look
laugh
at it, if you look at it scientifically, we are ugly bags of mostly water.
That could be converted to gas with a little heat and temperature.
Yep.
Okay,
Because we all know liquid turns into a gas.
that is true.
Very rarely does a liquid getting warmer does a liquid turn into a solid.
There are liquids that turn into solids when they get warmer.
There is one, and I cannot remember it because my science teacher actually told us about this. He
Well,
told us
look it
about
up,
water.
goddammit. You can't be running around talking about liquids that turn into solids when they get hot and then not tell us what it is.
It's only a solid for a split second, and then it turns into a gas. It goes
Well,
from a
what
liquid
is
to a
it?
solid to a gas, but it turns to a solid first.
No, listen, you can't be running around talking about elements that nobody else knows about. What the hell is it?
Hell if I know, man. This was like 30 years ago. I can't
Listen,
remember everything.
man, dig into that long-term memory and tell us what the hell it is.
There's no statute of limitations on knowledge, my friend. Come on, you can't tease us like that. You
Hey,
can't tease
man,
us
when
like
you're
that.
running a 46 with 5 megabytes of RAM and a 425 megabyte hard drive, yeah. I'm an old
So what
model,
you're saying
remember?
is you have Google at your disposal. Tell us what it is.
That was a diversionary tactic right there. And I hope everybody saw that. He just started dropping on hard drives and all these terms.
No.
Nobody what?
No,
Where's
not at all.
Okay.
The human brain is a computer.
What is
It
the
just happens my
Mandela
computer is an
effect?
old model.
Oh,
I'm not
please.
familiar with that term. What is the Mandela effect?
Really?
Really? The
Well,
Mandela
it's
effect
the-
is when you
yeah.
remember things one way, but if you look at them now, they appear to be very different. Things like Curious George didn't have a tail, but you think he did. But if you look at all of the books, you'll see that he didn't actually have a tail. That's the
Right.
Mandela effect.
I'm sorry. It
I
wasn't a
remember
liquid.
him not
No,
having-
yeah, it wasn't solid. A gas to a solid.
Okay, what is it? Oh, it's a gas to a solid?
And,
It's-
and
it's-
yeah.
That's one of those where you're
Frost
sitting there.
formation.
Hold on. That's one of
Iodine
those-
crystals are formed on the basis of iodine in a gaseous state. Snow
ruined it.
formation.
You fuck. You fuck. You ruined it.
Hey, look, another gas bag. What's up, Ricky?
Whoa.
Oh, and sulfur. Sulfur goes from gas to a solid.
That's
Okay.
That's when you're sitting on the couch and you think it's a fart, but then you're like, "Whoops!"
Maybe it was sulfur.
Gas to a solid? No.
We got
Oh,
you.
it smelled like
Arsenic.
it smelled like
Arsenic.
sulfur. What's up, Ricky? Ooh, the beer looks good, man.
Dry ice, carbon dioxide,
Can y'all hear me?
acetic,
Mhm.
ACEIC acid, benzoic acid, and arsenic all go from a solid straight to a gas.
Okay, but what goes from a liquid to a solid when it gets hot?
I don't know. This list doesn't have it. I don't recognize the names.
A liquid to a solid when it gets hot.
That's what he said. But there are a bunch of things that go from solids to gas when they get hot. But
Thinking about it,
they're
it might be
gas to
liquid propane.
no, liquid
How did you
propane
get-
goes to gas. It doesn't have a solid state.
No, to get to the solid state, you would have to put it under even more pressure.
Well, that's pressure, not heat.
The more pressure you have, the more heat that's made.
No.
Yeah.
No, that is not a true statement. You can have pressure without heat.
But okay, liquid
Listen,
propane as an example, you what's the word I'm looking for? Condense it, and it turns into a liquid.
Well, yeah.
Hey.
I thought that's where the moisture comes from when you're doing it.
It's not what you said. You didn't say condense it. All right, that's a whole different animal. You said heat it. Am I incorrect there,
I
or am I?
cannot remember the exact compound it was, but I remember it was a gas jar and he put it on the flame and it turned into a solid.
That's the one I want to know about. The rest of them I don't care. That's the one I want to know about because I can
I'll
find all
see
sorts
if he's
of really-
still working at the school. I'll call him. Because
What?
All right.
no, because seriously, because my siblings, my brothers and sisters, remember the same experiment. So
Right.
he's done it for, my oldest sister is like 60 years old now.
It's just thing.
Roundhouse,
That's just,
dude, I am not calling you a liar. I'm just saying I don't know what it
That's
is
just-
and I want to know.
dude.
I
That's-
can't remember either, and I was
that's just
dumbfounded
dudes-
at the part when he did it.
That's just dude's in with the kids. He's like, look, I'm gonna do a little trick, and then I'm gonna have all these little kids. That's what he does.
You think it's just a bad magic trick just to fuck
Yeah,
the kids
that's it.
later on down the
Could
road?
be,
They're
maybe.
like, I know on this gas.
Hey, good. Stop
so-
by after class. I'll show you how I do it. Wink, wink.
RB is asking, can we hear him?
Well, not anymore. We could. I did it first.
Yeah, I heard him for a minute. Now I can't hear him anymore.
Oh, yeah.
I heard you there.
I hear him.
Yeah, I'm just waiting till y'all stop talking.
Oh, well, that,
He's
dude,
waiting
What was that?
yeah, you're gonna be
Ricky
there
just
forever,
told us to
brother.
Shut the hell up is what
You
happened.
need
Yeah,
to
you
just-
gotta say shut up.
You got to trample over us. I don't know I don't know how I let you go. What were you talking about? Forget it. Let's not even go back there. So Ricky, you just moved, and Mike, when are you moving?
I am supposed to be out of here by the 15th, but it has taken a very long time for any sort of a plan to come together because we didn't have any money. So
Wait a minute. You mean the 15th? The 15th? You mean like this 15th?
yeah, in 2 weeks. Yeah, that's the one.
Okay. Just checking.
But I'm just going to have to fight the eviction for a little bit until I can, get all my ducks in a row.
You should be able to do that, right?
He
you
can
go
go,
to the
he can go in. He can go in
I'm
and
going to
tell a
have
judge.
a really hard time. I'm going to have a really hard time. I won't win it. There's no way I'll win it. I don't have a lease. I don't have any paperwork between the cousin and I. It is literally all just our word. So I
Yeah, but
I have
no,
I have no.
you do have possession of you have
You have
possession.
possession of the keys and
Yeah,
have
and you have mail
paying
going
rent
there and
and
things like that. You do have residence there. It's not like you.
That's
And
correct.
even if you were a squatter, you have a certain amount of rights.
Yep.
what you can do is tell the judge, listen, I have all this stuff. I do need time to move it.
Yeah,
And the
and that's
judge-
my intention. That's my intention. I will certainly
Yeah,
do that to the
that's
best
what you
of my
got to do.
ability and drag it out as long as I can. But I mean, I think at the maximum, I'm going to be able to drag it out 30 days. And the truth of the matter is, I'm sick of this shit, and I don't want to drag it out 30 days. I would much rather just be out of here. But
Yeah,
in all
but-
honesty, I don't even have all of the money I'm supposed to have cleared into my bank yet. So I'm sitting here looking at a pittance of the pittance and waiting for it to clear so that I can go buy the shit I need to buy.
Man, it sounds like Florida's a really cool state because our governor just put another moratorium in.
Yeah, our governor just took it off.
Get him fired up. Go ahead, get Mike fired up.
I mean, no offense, but what was happening is they're making the landlords hurting because they're still having to pay the mortgages.
Yeah, but you know
At
what?
least
The
out
Supreme
here.
Court screwed the pooch on that one because they did it with a hammer instead of a scalpel again. So I
They're the
agree.
man, dude.
I
They're the
agree
man.
I agree that individual landlords, guys who just own a piece of property and rent that out and don't have a company name on top of it, should have the right to evict. But anybody else who has a company name on top of it should be moratorium. The commercial properties and things like that, or the commercial renters, slumlords, should have a moratorium on them.
But-
Anyway.
The problem with the moratoriums is it doesn't really fix anything because it comes due. It just comes due. It's like the same thing with the mortgage. When you have a mortgage, you go to them. You go, look, I need a. Oh my God, what was it called? It was I did it with him during COVID. It's this thing you file it where they don't charge you interest, they don't charge you this.
A deferment.
No, deferment is what I'll get to that point. No,
I thought
this
that was
is
pushing it back down the line.
No, this is it starts with an R, I think. It starts with an R. I forget. God darn it. Smoke another one,
R.
stupid. Yeah, it'll come
Yeah, I
to me.
don't
Don't
know.
worry. But what they did was,
Structure.
but it all came. But the option they gave you is while you were in that, you didn't have to pay. But whenever it ended, you're liable
You got-
for all of it
You got stuff
immediately.
for the balloon payment? Yeah.
Yeah, basically, unless you were smart enough to keep paying as much as you could
Right.
along the way, which is luckily what the fuck I was able to do. And then no, deferment is what I think. What I'm trying to talk to my mortgage company about now is either refinancing because the rates are so low, or getting a deferment where you add payments at the end. That's what they really should have done. They should have
Right.
just added payments to the end.
Yeah.
You know. I mean, that would have been made the most sense. You got how many people got mortgages? And the same thing. See, that trickles into what Mike was saying. The smaller property owners who probably have mortgages on these properties that are hurting. They're not the big corporations. They're hurting. If they were able to, same with the mortgage they have on the rental property, roll it over to the end of the loan, it would
Yep.
alleviate a lot of problems for everybody.
Yep. Absolutely.
I think. And they're still going to get their money. They're still going to figure out a way to charge us extra interest for it. It's still going to.
Absolutely right. Totally
So,
agree. But that's how they did it.
They wouldn't be losing in that situation.
Yep.
I mean, let's be honest, Mike. Any of you guys, what do we think they're going to do with all these properties? What do these geniuses, the dog? I like to call him the dog that likes to chase the car. They'll chase the car all day long, but once they catch the car, they don't know what the fuck to do. All right, what are they going to do when everybody's okay? You evicted everybody. Now what? Now what are you
Well,
going
I
to do
don't-
with all these properties?
What happened?
Listen, they are thrilled to evict people right now because the housing market is so high, they can double the freaking rent from what they had last year. And they can double the price of the building from what they had last year. The housing market is through the fucking roof right now.
And what happened during the housing crash? You know, what was it, 7 years ago or so?
2007.
I remember one thing. I remember Bush looking the other way and you kind of running out of the room when that happened. I remember that part.
Yeah.
What happens is the
But that
housing
was
prices drop.
that was Clinton era policy that allowed that to happen.
No, it wasn't.
That
Shut
was
up.
corporate
Yes, it was. It
greed,
was
man.
Dodd-Frank. It was Dodd-Frank and some other the Glass-Steagall Act.
Yeah.
Dude, if I just trash Bush, you can trash Clinton. Clinton wasn't a genius. Don't make him out to think he was.
Oh, I hate Clinton.
Yeah, it wasn't my favorite either, but
I mean, let's just agree.
He's the only president I can remember to get us back into the black, though.
That wasn't the
That's
president
true.
that did that, though.
He signed NAFTA and GATT.
That was
Yeah.
the balanced budget amendment. Believe it or not, was passed by Newt Gingrich. Not one of my favorites. Not one
Wait a
of my
minute, isn't that
favorites.
the guy? New Gingrich, isn't that the guy that said he invented the internet?
No, that's Al Gore.
oh, that's Al
Gore.
Gore.
That's Al Gore.
They all look the same to me. I don't know.
No, Newt Gingrich is the guy that left his wife, who was dying of cancer, to go marry another woman. That's Newt Gingrich. He's a real charmer. But no, what they did was they said, "Hey, Bill, you got your willy wonked, so you're gonna help us do this. We're gonna pass the balanced budget amendment, and we're gonna actually
Oh, that's
balance
how
the
that
budget."
worked.
Hey,
It really is. Yeah.
I have to say something to S in chat. Don't be bringing logic and facts and shit into this conversation. We don't need any of that crap.
See, they don't care if you refinance either, because you're starting all over. They're making money. Doesn't matter. They're making money no matter what you do. Some
Yeah.
ways they make less money. That's what they didn't like. They didn't like the fact that people were buying a house for $230,000, hanging on to it for 15 years, and then selling it for $500,000. Those things, or more. Those things kind of get on their nerves.
You see all this right here, Vinny?
Hold on, let me put it on the thing. No, there we go. No, it just tells me to do fucking. Oh, there we go. I can do it here, right? Okay. There we go.
What is
See
that
that
chaos?
You see that corner right there, right? That's about 1,400 DVDs right there.
Now you're moving those in, right?
I'm already in the house. I just got to
Yeah.
unpack and put everything up now.
Hey, Swampy.
Swampy.
And that's all my DVDs in one area now. And VHS.
When you're done with that, will you come over and organize my DVDs, please?
No, what you got to do now, Ricky, you got to go around and you look for everybody that's giving away a TV they don't want anymore. And just line the whole friggin' thing with TVs and always have a different movie on each one.
Let's see, I have 1, 2, 3. I have 5 TVs.
Well, there you go. You got to start.
No, it's still the televisions, right?
Yeah, but this is
TVs.
going to be my entertainment room and YouTube room.
Now, where did you move to?
I just moved right next door to the from
About
where I was at.
45 feet.
Let me see that ceiling.
It's
Old school.
yeah. Well, the house is built in
Across the street.
1885.
When?
1885 is when the house was built.
Thank God, finally something older than me.
Did
Only
you say
barely.
1885?
Yeah.
Yep.
Holy fuck.
You see, this part of the room is going to be the YouTube room, and the other half over there is going to be the TV and game area.
Ricky's gonna
How
be
many
chilling. He's gonna see Civil War soldiers walking through this place.
That's what I'm saying. How many ghosts are in that damn house?
Or Scooby Doo's on his way.
Well, there is about 40 people that have died in this house, including my aunt and uncle.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah,
that he knows about.
Right, right.
The 5 of them was suicide. 3 of them was murdered.
Oh, that's encouraging.
Please tell me it has a basement.
No, it's got an attic.
Oh, still, well, same thing, kind of.
Kind
I
of.
would definitely not go in the attic alone.
Is that
bring
blood
it-
on the wall?
No, it's cigarette stains in that.
Okay. So they tell you anyway.
Yeah. It's
Well,
musket.
I know because this used to be my old bedroom.
It's smoke from the musket fire.
Because I'm back in my old childhood.
Look at that shit.
When,
Abraham Lincoln.
when Sherman
You
came
take
through,
me down now, Benny.
I think Abraham Lincoln stopped in and got a Hummer in that place once.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'd show you my ceiling, but
sorry, Benny, I thought of a way to expand that joke you just said, but it would have been rude.
oh, it's
That ever
nice.
stopped you? When has
I like
that stopped
that.
Vinny?
And now you got room to do shit. But that's a lot of DVDs, brother. Holy shit.
And what puts me over close to the 1400 mark is that my mom brought me 62 DVDs yesterday, and my grandfather brought me 52 DVDs.
All right. What is the official Guinness Book World of Record, whatever that is? What is the official?
Oh, I'm sure it's huge.
What for DVDs? Or,
Yeah,
or
what's the record?
I don't know. I've been trying to find out.
We got to get you in the book, dude. Plus, I think
I
they
don't know.
made
Man, I
videos
bet
about
the
it now.
record on that is hundreds of thousands.
Really?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'll bet the record on that is hundreds of thousands.
I'm gonna type it in now. I want to look.
I
What is
am
that?
right
What is
now,
that?
Benny, way ahead of you, buddy.
DVD world record? Oh, that doesn't tell me anything.
You got to be on personal collection.
Yeah, you're gonna have to type in DVD collection world record.
Yeah, I typed it in wrong.
I would type it in, but I got to get a new laptop.
Didn't you just get a new laptop?
Yeah, but it died when I was watching Terry stream last night. The damn thing decided to die on me, and it won't charge you.
I have that effect on people.
oh,
Yeah, I was sitting there-
Ben, I got a scary thing for you, buddy.
Maracus, his private movie collection of 15,000 titles may very well be the largest in the world.
There you go. 50,000 is a pretty good size.
Okay, because I'm only finding stupid crap, like stacks of DVDs and
Yeah, but do we-
balancing a DVD and
Martin Scorsese. Do we? Yeah, but do we care about foreign movies? Do those count? Because this guy
Yeah.
sounds like he's got a whole bunch of. Really?
Yeah.
all
Ah.
DVDs. That's
I
what
don't
I'm
count those.
working on next is the DVDs from Australia, Germany, and all that. After I get all these ones over here.
Okay.
There you go. So Vin, I have a scary thing for you.
Yeah.
You're gonna love this. So, moving out where we're moving, there are no internet providers. There's zero. There's nothing. There's
Whereabouts?
cell phone or
oh
die,
man,
huh?
Whereabouts?
It's a place called Trenton, Florida. It is right next to Crystal River, which is like I said. I'm telling you, can't wait for the new videos to come out. We are going to have some amazing stuff to look at. But anyway, regardless.
Yeah, I know
Oh,
that.
no
area.
way.
We call that the dead zone area.
Hold on a
Yeah.
second. I did a little tiny bit more searching. Derek Davis owns. Oh, wait a minute. What is DVS?
TBS.
Yeah. Or is that a typo?
I would think it's a typo because the S is next to the D.
Okay. Anyways, Derek Davis has the biggest, I'm assuming it's supposed to be DVD collection in the world, as he owns an incredible 189,000 DVDs. Stating that
That's a lot of
one day
DVDs.
he left the store after purchasing 200 movies for $7.
All right. All right. Firstly, does it say where he lives?
No.
No. No
I know
ballpark.
most of these DVDs I have friends either sent
you
them to me or I picked them up from the thrift store for 10 to
Ricky.
25 cents a piece.
Ricky, between me and you, okay? We're gonna find out where this guy is, okay? Maybe somehow you end up with
189,000 DVDs.
maybe somehow that happens. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking.
Listen, a guy like that probably has family members who think he's crazy and he's not leaving them to anybody. So maybe if you ingratiate yourself when he passes Ricky, he'll leave him to you.
Those family members are so sick of that mental patients DVD collection that they want to give it away. All right.
Well,
Yeah,
my family thinks I'm crazy with all the DVDs.
Of course they do, because it's kind of crazy. But you know what? Whatever makes you happy.
Dude, I got
My
30
wife
some.
collects DVDs.
I got 30-something fish tanks in my bedroom. Who's talking about crazy? I mean, let's be
Exactly.
realistic here. I got married.
I
I got married. All right, that's crazy.
next year, I am going to be working on an old greenhouse, turning it into a small fish room.
My God,
That's cool.
The fish they get all cooked. Gets hot in the greenhouse, my friend.
Yeah, the greenhouse is.
It can get cold in a greenhouse too.
I think the greenhouse is 12 by 12, but I'm going to insulate the walls and the ceiling and all that. I'm going to tear the side off of it and redo it.
Need to make a nice big grow room out in the back. Nice big grow room. You know, just in case. Does that run into Crystal Lake? Exactly. I was waiting for that reference.
Actually, it doesn't. It runs into the Gulf. It's all spring fed.
Trenton, Ohio is pretty scratch. Anywhere Trenton. Trenton, New Jersey is a fun place. Aquarium fish enthusiast you got two more puppers today? A porcupine and a dog face? Where are you putting them?
Who did?
Aquarium fish enthusiast.
Nice.
Vinny.
Yes,
A
sir.
follow up to your comment. That
Which
would be
one?
like Rockford being the #1 holiday destination.
It is, isn't it?
Not that I know of.
Oh, God damn it. I got tickets.
I mean, we do have a Christmas store.
Do you?
Yeah, I remember seeing it somewhere. I can't remember exactly where in town, but I know I've seen it.
We got Christmas
Yes,
stores here,
this
too.
is Starlink, sir. That is what we are doing. I was going to tell Vinny he's going to be scared of it because he thinks it's Skynet. But
What? What are you doing?
like I said, there isn't any internet out there, so we're going to be one of the first people using Starlink.
Oh, I was going to suggest getting a long ball of string and some cans.
Yep, that's a good plan too. But I'd actually like to stream shit, so I think we'll go with Starlink rather than the string and
Is
can.
that satellite?
hold on.
That's where you get it's the internet from satellite, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, that
SpaceX.
doesn't exist, so you're going to have to come
it
up with
does.
another plan.
Well, how
That doesn't
do you
exist.
think satellite phones work, dude?
They don't.
How do you think ham radios work?
What do you mean, over radio signals?
Ham radios you can connect through satellites and get worldwide.
But
Who's
now
good?
now
What? Because
you
they
can.
told you?
Now you can, but you couldn't before.
Because they told just because they told you.
And
We just
how do you
haven't-
expect? How do you explain the software-defined radios where I can download the data from the weather satellites and stuff straight from
Yeah,
the
you
satellite?
can do that shit now, but you couldn't before. A ham radio was literally a radio.
Okay.
That is true.
What if?
It still is a radio.
Vinny, I forgot about this. This showed up this morning on the kitchen floor up underneath the table. Let me show you this. You all this here. If y'all can see it. See.
We're all on pins and needles waiting for Ricky to show us something.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Now
yeah,
now
Can you put them?
now you're gonna wait for stupid me to put it up.
Yeah, there you go.
Right now, oh, great. Here we go. Okay.
Y'all see that right there?
Yeah, that was from the Salem witch trials.
That was
This morning.
the first time they thought of doing Van Halen. But it was
Ricky says that was from this morning. It just appeared. One of the ghosts drew it there.
just, it's
Yeah,
all.
I seen it today when the new stove showed up. Yeah, when the new stove showed up, I seen it.
Well, honestly, that just looks like a bunch of scratches put together.
The
Yeah,
dog
'cause
did
it's
it.
not technically
They are
a
in
Yeah.
inverted
Yeah,
pentagram.
because you're missing the whole side, the whole one
Yeah.
side.
Dude,
Just
that
one side.
Well, I was trying to clean it up a little bit, but not all of it come off.
Of course not. If a demon puts it there, it's staying, buddy.
Yeah, don't mess. Hey, if the ghost put it there, you don't take it away, man.
I was
They get
Oh,
pissed.
I will. I'll take it away.
Start choking you in your sleep.
I'm not scared of no ghosts or demons.
Or worse, they might abduct you and do experiments on you like Vinny.
Right, right.
no, no, see, I never go that, but I kind of call all that into question myself. I think those people, I have no proof. I think they're all making that shit up. You
No,
know?
all I was thinking was the very
Wait,
first South Park
wait.
episode where
Yeah.
Cartman gets an anal probe.
That was kind of hot. I'm not gonna lie. Well, who said wait?
We know that episode's and that part is Vinny's most rewinded scene.
What? Cartman gets an anal probe?
Yeah, he's gonna wear that VHS out.
I used to have that on. I used to have that on DVD. Way back, I used to watch it on my little stupid home computer. I used to have all
Yeah,
the
you still have that
somebody
DVD
bootlegged them,
sent to Ricky.
and I wish I still had it.
Actually, I think I do. I think I got like the first 5 or 6 seasons of South Park on DVD.
Just download it.
Right.
Well, you gotta remember when South Park started, streaming video was still kind of relatively new.
No.
There was no such thing as an Amazon Fire Stick or any of that.
Well, you still had torrents because you had LimeWire and stuff like that back then.
Download,
Not really.
dude.
Not when South Park first started. We didn't
Downloading
have,
that shit,
Oh, we did,
fucking took
yeah.
forever. To download a South Park
Yeah.
back in the day, that took forever.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
because
yeah,
you were on like
absolutely.
56.6 or 14.4
Yeah.
or 28.8.
Dial up.
We're still listening to You Got Mail.
If it's on the computer, you get disconnected if the phone rings.
Yeah, and people
Oh, the
screaming
phone
at you.
picked up the phone.
I'm trying to remember what year it was.
Oh yeah,
they started
1997.
using
Oh shit,
LimeWire. Or
Napster was already shut down. I think by 97.
You've been on the phone for 4 hours, but I'm downloading a picture.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's almost done. Bar by
I'm
bar.
downloading
you
a
just sit
picture
there.
for a school project.
Yeah, 100%. For religion.
These kids nowadays don't realize how fast they get their porn.
Or
We used
anything.
to have to go get an adult to go into the 7-Eleven and buy it for us.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Benny, you remember the brick cell phone?
Or you had to sneak into the old man's wood shop and steal it.
Dig through his wood carving drawers until you found some.
What in the heck is this box way up on this shelf all by itself?
Danny, what's up, buddy?
And find them. and you take them, you and your buddies, you take it all out to the woods.
You mean like
You had
this?
you had the magazines, be like, hey,
Yeah,
What
because
is-
you gotta show off to your buddies, man. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, look what I got.
look what I found.
For all you kids, this is what a cell phone used to be.
Oh God, now I gotta do you tell.
Yeah.
All right, hold on.
That's the brick cell phone, ain't it?
Yeah.
Hold on. Give me
Yeah,
a second.
that was our first cell
Look
phone.
at
I
that
had
thing.
one.
Yeah, that was our
Look
first
at that.
cell
Oh my God.
And I got the car charger part for it too.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah,
Except- Except I can do you one better, buddy.
And the books.
I had the bag phone. The
Oh,
one
my
that
sister
had
had
the
the bag phone.
battery that weighed like 90 pounds. And
My sister had
yeah.
a
throw
phone.
your
It started on
back out
fire in her
carrying it
car.
around.
I also have two Teltec 200s, the old flip phone style.
Man, you
can't
people
throw
are
these
fucking
things
old.
away
The
anymore.
first one I had was an aerial.
Freaking Gordon Gecko. Should be walking down a beach with that phone.
It was a Zach Morris special.
Is that-
Yeah,
Hey, here's a good question.
brothers going over to our friend's house. Our parents give us the brick cell phone, and told us to call him if it was going to be late.
All right, here we go. Here's a question from Aquarium Fish Enthusiast. Vinny, do you think we were always in a simulation, or do you think it happened in 2012 when our timeline possibly ended? Okay, that's a good one. I never used to think we were in a simulation, but I never really thought about it. But then again, I never really thought the flat Earth or any of that was possible either. Until I looked into a whole bunch of, until that all came up right around that time.
Dude, you didn't
These
look
were the
into
good cell
anything.
phones.
It just came up into your YouTube timeline and you fell for it.
Yeah, and I lost it. So that means I looked into it. Okay, that's what I did.
The same way the sovereign citizens go through their school of law.
No, I tried
Exactly.
that. I tried that and I walked away from that. There's some certain things about the globe and just the distances, certain things that don't, they don't jive for me, but whatever, I don't
Yeah,
care.
Vinny picks
It
and
doesn't
chooses
matter.
this crazy shit. He doesn't take
But-
it all as one lump sum.
The Mandela effect, I really
It's
do
very
think I'm
ridiculous.
living in it. I really do think I'm living in a different reality now than I was. years
I
ago.
don't disagree with that, but I don't feel like it has any that the Mandela effect actually plays any part in that. But I do agree
Well,
with you.
that's
as far
just
as the,
that's just a name we could put on the phenomenon. of
all
the
right, I
feeling.
got you.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's just the name we could put on it.
So
Hey, did
call
you
me
guys
crazy.
ever see the
You're
meme
crazy.
that was going around in what was it? 2012, right? Was the Mayan calendar? And,
Yeah,
Correct.
and that was also the time when Hostess kind of went bankrupt.
Right.
So there was a meme that was going around, and it showed the Mayan calendar, and it was like, well, it turns out that it actually just meant it was the end of the Twinkie.
Yeah, that was a shame.
they're
Hey,
back.
they made it back. They made it back. They're back in business making Twinkies again.
They
Oh,
look
yeah.
They're nowhere near the same.
They're not the
as they
same.
were.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
there
we
you
used to
go.
have a hostess store. Man, I used to spend lots of money in that place.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
are different. I get you.
Yeah, the newer ones, they suck. Tastes like
They're
still
more-
cake to me.
Yeah, they taste more like a styrofoamish than actual cake now.
well,
Yeah,
you don't
It
You
used to
don't
be
make
like
s-
cake, and now it's not. I don't know what it is.
you don't
But
make
you know what?
something
The
that
whole
lasts
new
forever.
generation of Twinkie lovers will never know the difference.
Do we have Twinkie lovers anymore?
I'm sure we do. I mean, they're still selling them. We must. Heather,
What-
every once in
what
a
was
while,
that
gets
guy's
a virgin.
name
We
in
have no choice to
Zombieland?
get Twinkies.
They have all these different types of Twinkies now. They got peanut butter and chocolate Twinkies and all that kind
Yeah.
of stuff.
Banana
But yeah.
ones.
Well, no, the original filling was banana cream, and then they went to the frosting.
All right.
When they,
Oh! You know what are amazing?
Oh,
If you can find them, the Swiss Miss Boston cream rolls are freaking glorious.
Those are tasty.
They're hard to find down here, but when you do find them, they are glorious. I
But
love those.
I got a Zombieland question. Who here ever liked the freaking Hostess snowballs?
No, nobody. Nobody.
Do you remember that scene in that movie? Because he was always running around trying to find Twinkies, and they found that Hostess truck in a ditch,
Yep.
on its side, and they broke into
Yep.
it, and all it
He's
had in
stomping
it
on the
was
snowball.
snowballs.
Yeah, nobody likes those fucking things. Those things are horrible.
Snowball is the one that's got the coconut shavings on it, ain't it?
Yeah, they're pink with the coconut shavings on them. They're horrible.
Yeah,
It's got
I
that.
can't eat them because I'm allergic to coconuts.
Listen, the only people who eat those things are the same people who dye their poodles pink.
It's
Those are
got
the
a,
people who eat these things.
that's the one with the weird rubbery,
Yeah, coconut, rubber.
kind of like pastry condom
Yeah.
over the top, where you just peel it right off in one big thing.
You can peel, you can peel
Yeah.
it all off at once and use it to plug up a hole in your boat in an
Yeah.
emergency.
The only
my-
food that's pink that's good is my mom's homemade pink Jello.
What does she do? Render the freaking gelatin out of the bones of animals?
No, she takes super strawberry.
Homemade gelatin.
I said homemade pink Jello. You take the regular Jello strawberry and you mix it. Once it's done, you mix it up and into like a paste with a bunch of whipped cream.
My wife used to love Jello until we watched that TV series How It's Made,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
she
yeah.
found out how they get gelatin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that ended her Jello eating career.
Yeah, my mom stopped eating hot dogs after she found out what hot dogs was made out of.
I
like
stopped
Jell-O.
eating people when I discovered how many of them do drugs.
Jello shots are good.
I stopped
I thought that's-
drinking milk when I found out. I stopped drinking chocolate milk when I found out where it came from. Oh wait, no, I didn't.
No, you
Oh
didn't.
shit! Oh my god, the chocolate milk thing again. You guys are insane with that.
I just
Dude,
couldn't
I swear to God, I'm pregnant.
Now
Today,
when I
at
see,
my-
I just
at my
see it on the
birthday
shelf
party.
now. I get disgusted. I look at it and I go, ugh.
Well,
It's
you gotta.
chocolate milk.
Well, no, not all chocolate milk is good. Like the Hershey
None
stuff,
of it's
that
good.
sucks. The
Ugh.
quick stuff, that sucks.
Why would you waste your time drinking something like that? Just have a drink. Why would you? Why
I
would you
did.
not have? Why
I
would
took a
you
drink
not
of
have?
chocolate milk.
Why would you not? That's not a drink. That's a beverage. It's cow boob thing. It's not like a drink. Like here's a drink. You go from coffee to a drink. That's how life should go for men.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Until you start drinking way too much when you're in high school and and then realize that you have to stop because your
Oh
liver's
my
shutting
God.
down.
Too much in high school.
I was drinking 3 bottles a day.
For me, and I couldn't even know get a
Yahoo?
drink if they don't drink.
Or Yoo-hoo. Yeah, never
You-
never even had that.
What
Well, they tried Ovaltine once.
What famous baseball player made a lot of money off of Yoo-Hoo stock back in the day?
Mm.
Yogi Berra.
Isn't that a cartoon character?
No, that's Yogi Berra.
You know, he
But
had his picnic basket.
But I do
boo-boo.
think I do think the two of them were interconnected when they were in,
Yep, I
do
agree.
think that
So, okay, I watched this crazy video earlier today of people, like, they were hiking, and it was a concrete hike trail. A bear comes up to them, and they're just standing around looking at it, and the bear literally walks up, and it doesn't bite, but he, like, dog bites the lady's thigh, and she's just laughing. And I'm like,
nice.
dude, if a bear did that to me, I wouldn't be laughing, or I wouldn't even be there personally, but...
No, we all think they're cartoons now. We think, oh, look, a bear. Oh,
Yeah.
he's so cute.
If a
all
bear walked
cute.
up to me and did that, I would take the bear home.
Yep,
I
pretty
don't
much.
know, man. Because
Yeah,
isn't that a sign of like rabies when it gets really comfortable with humans?
As a rug,
No.
I would take it home.
No,
They
that
No,
is, that
it's
is a
the
sign
same.
of it was
Get
pet one
when
point
an
or
animal
another.
has rabies, they don't get comfortable with humans.
No, they do not.
But they because it affects their brain, they may not actually realize who and what they're reacting with.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
why they're out in the open.
I said it wrong. I should have said come up to people.
Yeah, they're just out of it.
Dude, it's a bear.
They're like,
Guys, it's a bear. Get out of there. Just be like, yo, all right. It's It's like you walk into an alley at night after leaving the bar and you see a bunch of dudes at the end of the alley. And you just walk over and go, hey, what's up, guys? Hey, you get out of there.
Hey,
You
if
see
I'm
a
looking for some
bear.
green, I might do that. But
What are
other
you
than
gonna
that,
do?
no.
What are you going to do? Give the bear a litmus test? Be like, hey, bear. And start asking him how he feels about certain situations? No, it's a bear.
No,
Get
you
out.
gotta find out if
What
it's
is it, a
flat
Rorschach
earther
test?
first.
The ink blot? Show him the ink blot and see
Yeah.
what he sees.
There you go. All he's going to see is your blood.
If I had
Forget
a bear,
that.
everyone would be thinking I'm crazy having a bear around.
Good
Yeah.
dog.
Everybody would. I
But
agree.
it'll make a good guard animal.
Okay, is the average time on rendering a frame 1.1 milliseconds good?
Wow, where'd that come from?
I'm testing out a new piece of software and it tells you like what your encode rate and all that crap is, and I'm doing 1.1 frames per millisecond
What does that even mean?
to render the picture,
What do you
to
mean?
render the fish tank picture.
to take a video file and turn it into like a Windows movie file or an MP4 or something like that.
All right.
So basically, he's taking the raw video that he captured with his camera and turning it into a usable file for the internet.
Yeah,
That's
Sure.
rendering.
Come here, baby.
I got it. But,
And I can't remember how fast mine usually goes.
I'm asking because I've never paid attention to the frame rate. You know, the average time to render frame rates before. Because I changed some settings earlier today on this. I dropped it down. The bit rate down from. For some reason, it was set to 8,000. I'm like, geez, I don't even have that. I don't even have that fast for.
Are you talking frames per second for?
Well, no, it's the whole.
purposes?
Yeah, I was just talking about that, but the OBS itself, I changed a bunch of settings on earlier today. Because for some reason, out of the box, it's set at 8,000. 8,000. What is it? Bit rate. The bit rate is 8,000, and I don't even have that fast upload speed.
Now wait a minute. Are you talking about rendering or uploading?
Well, the uploading settings would change the rendering settings also.
No.
Rendering you do on your computer. That's where you turn your.
Yes, but if
your
I'm rendering a
video
720
into
versus a
usable file.
1080 versus a 120, it's going to be different. If I'm doing a 120, a real low quality, it's super fast. If I'm doing a 1080, it'll be slow. It'll be the slowest.
See,
Well, it's not slow. It's just a bigger file.
You're mixing up terms. Okay, you're using resolution. Okay, whatever you film at, your camera settings are going to be your resolution and your frames per second.
Yeah.
That's your camera settings. Then once you take that media, put it on your computer or whatever, if you're using your phone, it's doing it automatically. You just don't see it. Okay? Then when you edit and do all your editing, that's when you render the video. That's where you're taking it from the file type that the camera uses to a usable a file name like an MP4. Like everything recognizes MP4.
Yeah, but to stream, if you have
so you're talking about
say that.
live streaming.
Well, regardless, if you're even uploading, if it's a 1080p file, it takes more internet to upload it than a 720p.
All right.
That's only because it's a bigger file.
Once it's rendered, then you get into your upload speeds.
Yeah, and for a lot of the stuff, it's all at once, because you don't save to a file on your hard drive. You just go right to the online.
No.
I don't have a application that does that.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm gonna jump off, Jenny.
I've
OBS
got-
streams directly
Hi,
to
Ricky.
YouTube and or Twitch and or Instagram or YouTube.
That's live streaming.
But yeah, again, it doesn't have to be live streaming. I have literally taken
So,
files.
in other words, you're talking about where you can click a button and it'll
Hi, Ricky.
it'll publish your video after you upload it.
It does that too, yes. It can also take a video file from your hard drive, convert it to a file that you can use up on like YouTube, and then upload it regular, just like a regular old video. It does both.
Yes. But
And
listen, the only difference is that if you render low resolution, it's a smaller file. If you render high resolution, it's a larger file because it is more clarity and more pixels
There's
per.
more information being
Yes.
processed.
Yes.
Okay, but if you render it low resolution, that's what everybody's going to see on the viewer's end is low resolution, pixelated, blurry shit.
Correct.
Okay.
But like I said, I found out that for some reason my OBS was set to 8,000 bit rate, and my internet can't even take 8,000 bit rate.
Oh, I see. The
Upload.
OBS
I'm-
software to do an upload.
Yeah, I'm just
was
I've
set at
never
the
looked at this
highest
panel.
setting.
Okay.
I've never
And
looked
by
at this
default.
panel, and I was wondering. It just popped into my head.
But if it's set at the highest setting, then it's gonna upload at whatever your internet can keep up with.
Yeah, and then you get all blocky and herky and what's the choppy?
Not
That's the
just-
word they use. Choppy.
No,
Yeah, no. He's right. If
hold on, but
think
that's for like a live stream. If
Yeah,
you
for a
were
live-
just uploading edited content, just a regular video,
Correct. It's normal.
It doesn't matter what your bit rate is for your upload speed.
correct.
Eventually, it's gonna eventually YouTube will put it back together as a file the way it's supposed to be.
Yes.
Correct. But yes, you are wasting an awful lot of bandwidth to upload a file that's not going to end up at that bit rate once it's viewed. So
Yeah, but he's not using that bandwidth if
Well, no.
his
What my
internet
problem was.
can't even provide that, then he's not using it.
Yeah.
well, no, but listen, if you render a file at 8,000 frame rate or 8,000 whatever, if you render a video at that size and then upload it, it's going to cost you all of that bandwidth to get it up to YouTube, and then YouTube is going to go, we can't use a file this freaking big, and it's going to size it down. But it still costs you the
Yeah,
bandwidth
but
to get it from your
he
computer.
wasn't talking about the resolution of the video. You know, that's not what he was talking about. He was talking about speed.
Well, which also corresponds to the resolution. Higher resolution.
It does not.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
You have to transmit that much more data.
I don't know. He was probably going to the kitchen or something.
I don't know. Because the way he's saying it, this is how I'm taking how he's saying it. A 720p, a 144p, and a 1080p are all the same size. You know, will all stream the same. No, it all depends on if your internet is fast enough to stream that. Otherwise, you're doing like every other or every third frame because it's dropping the frames.
Correct.
Why do you keep saying streaming if you're not talking about streaming?
Or the hosting platform says it's too big, you can't do it.
Yeah.
Just like what is this? StreamYard. I'm transmitting at 1080p, 60 frames a second, but it's not coming out that way because StreamYard's only goes up to 720.
Most of your streaming software is going to be right around in there. See, that's why you keep saying streaming, but yet you're talking streaming, but you're also talking uploading, and it's like, okay, when you stream, yeah, your upload speed will determine how good your stream is. But I didn't think you were talking about streaming. You were talking about uploading a video, which are two different things.
Correct. Uploading a video is you're not. I mean, I don't even look at it as upload. I mean, you're uploading a file. That's all.
Correct. So you were talking about live streaming, which I kept saying earlier. I kept saying, "Are you talking about live streaming?"
Yeah.
I already forgot what the fuck we were talking about.
You know, we're going around in a fucking circle.
That's all right. Listen, we killed a minute. It's all good. No dead air. Everything's fine.
Yeah. Oh, I'm
So
not
you
worried.
don't got to move to Rockford because Rockford's the best place. We got Uber for weed now.
Well, yeah, because Illinois went fully legal, didn't they?
Well, they went decriminalized. It's still illegal.
They have dispensaries in Chicago.
Yeah, and the feds could be sitting. If the feds wanted to, they could come and sit out right in front and arrest you as soon as you
Yeah,
walk
but
out.
that's every state.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's decriminalized. It's not legal.
No, decriminalized is kind of like what
They-
Indiana did. They said that we won't take you to jail, but we're going to give you a ticket.
Correct. I don't even think they give you a ticket in Illinois anymore.
That's what I'm saying. Illinois is pretty much fully legal.
Hey, don't you be speaking ill about the best state of the shittiest states in the country.
Illinois.
Wait, did I said that? I said that right?
Yeah,
Best
I don't
of the
think
worst.
you
Yeah.
quite said that quite.
No, well, yeah, best of the worst.
Best of the worst?
Yeah.
Why, who's the worst of the worst?
California, New York,
East St. Louis.
St. Louis
Sorry,
is Missouri.
sorry, Danny.
Well,
Had to
East St.
throw
Louis
that
is
out.
Illinois. East St. Louis is the only town worse than Rockford in Illinois.
East St. Louis?
Yep. And then it goes Rockford and then Chicago.
Okay. Sounds like a fun place to visit.
Oh man, I would love to. Because East St. Louis was a hotbed for roundhouses.
Oh, I didn't even for fish.
No, there's literally 15 remnants, 15 different houses down there.
I don't know about all that, but
Alright.
I did see some of the freaking greatest blues players in the world in East St. Louis.
Yeah. I heard they got great blues places if you
Oh
don't
my
get shot.
God.
Yeah.
Amazing.
If you don't get shot, you're going to have a good time, son.
Okay, I'm sorry, going back like 20 minutes. Call me crazy, but seriously, why
You're
do
crazy.
why do these fish seem more happy in this tank than they did in the other one? It's the same size tank and everything.
How the fuck do you answer that question?
I don't know, but I mean, they used to just hide in the rocks. Now they're all swimming around and stuff.
Well, listen, lots of fish like it when you change up their environment. They get bored of the same.
Especially in Boona. Okay, in Boona cichlids, they create a pecking order, and then if you do something to disrupt that pecking order, then the dynamic changes. Sometimes it changes for the better. Sometimes it can change for the worse. So, yeah.
Same flow. I have the filter set up the same way. It's
They're in
literally-
Boona. That's all. That's the way.
the only
they do it.
difference is there's plants in this tank. The four fake
Well,
plants.
that makes a different environment. Like puffers are the same way. They'll start glass surfing like crazy, and if you change their environment around, all of a sudden they're fun and they're exploring it again.
What about
I've
what
never
about-
had that happen.
what about the location? Can they maybe they don't see you as much now and you don't freak them out?
That roundhouse guy ain't around anymore.
Yeah,
Man. We didn't come
we're
out.
going out. You
No,
know?
they see the same. I mean, they see the same.
Oh.
They don't see out the back of the tank anymore.
Oh,
But they really couldn't anyway either because I had a tarp behind it, so they could. I mean, all they saw was white.
It's common. It's an honest to God common advice when people with Mbuna have aggression issues. The very first thing they're gonna say is mix up the tank, change the scape, do something different. Then it changes their dynamic in their pecking order, and you know, the tank boss may not feel like he's the tank boss in the new environment, so he chills out, and it allows all the other ones to come out.
Yep.
You know, it's common advice.
See, the
Yeah,
only,
Babunas
the
are
only
really territorial, and they lock up in certain territories. I mean, you can move a rock half an inch and change everything.
The only real African cichlid tanks I've really dealt with are large. I mean, 180s, 150s, so on and so forth. I had like what was it? 2 Chipoki.
I know.
I think that's how you say
yellow and black.
it. The yellow with
They're
black,
yellow
and then they
black.
go. The dominant males are black with white stripe.
Right.
I had a male and female of that in a 10-gallon at one point.
They're just waiting for you to feel comfortable. And then they're gonna start being dicks again. That's
Oh,
what
they
they
do.
do.
It is. I mean,
Once you're comfortable, oh look, this is going so great. And then all of a sudden,
the
I
only
gotta move
sad thing
everything
is
in.
I lost all the babies.
Oh,
One of them was because I wanted to move them, so I moved them. And when I was moving them, I realized I moved one with that had a brood in its mouth, and it must have spit it out because she's not holding it anymore.
Well, where'd you spit them out?
I don't know. Probably spit them out, and everyone ate them.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's a possibility.
I still got one little baby that's left over in the old tank. I saw him today. I got to transfer him over. I missed him.
I don't know, man. One of my Babunas had about 60 fry that she spit out in the South American tank. I mean, it's full of big freaking fish, and most of them survived. They all just kind of clung around the bottom and went into little places to hide out. And, I mean, I lost probably 10 of them, but
I did make this so there's a lot more spaces for the babies. The rockwork. I left little gaps in between this time instead of putting them right up against. Wow.
nice.
Ricky's got the Thunderdome fucking going on over there.
Wow.
no, that's my house.
Oh no, that was you.
Yeah.
It reminded me of being married again.
A dog went down the road, and they all just lost their mind.
Yeah, who the heck does he think he is coming down that road?
Right?
How dare he?
Right? Stop it.
But yeah,
I
like the
I
last
originally
one I like the last one that gave those last 2 like pity barks. And that was in dog speak. That was and stay gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
I actually like the fish in this tank better. The blue background works with these fish.
Yeah, I like the background.
Yeah, I agree.
I honestly, this was my least favorite tank until I put these fish in here. I was originally going to break this tank down and scrape it.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't really like
hang on.
backgrounds on my tanks, but that one looks pretty good. I like normally when they're blue, they're kind of a darker blue than that, and that sea green is pretty good.
The blue like that StreamYard uses, it's that color blue. Yeah, I scraped all that shit off because the other tanks were all the other tanks were bad. I literally all 455s, all 6 20 longs, and both 20 highs were all painted,
Right.
and I didn't want them painted. Not the colors that they were. One of them was the old Bishardi tank was white. Some idiot put white paint on it, like a creamy white paint.
I've
It was
seen white paint on tanks work great,
It did not work at all.
but it depends on how you scape it and what you do with it.
I don't know. I'm going with mirrored next time.
That actually used to be a thing back in the 70s.
Yeah,
Yeah, they mirrored everything in the 70s.
that's true.
Well, some of this is broken cinder block. As you can see, this really long piece right underneath the fish with the flat bottom, that's a side of a cinder block. Some of this is flagstone, and some of this is the two top pieces towards the right. Those are weird flagstone with blue in them. They're like blue flagstone. It's really funky looking.
Oh, that's cool.
But some of this is from, cinder block that I broke up. Others are flagstone from my parents' yard.
I tell you what, the cinder block looks pretty good. It's not. It doesn't
it
look
worked.
industrial.
Yeah. And there were like the main flagstone pieces I used at the very bottom, so I get a flat seal to the glass.
Right.
If I were to put gravel in there, I didn't want gravel getting under the rock.
Right.
Not with cichlids. Because I know they're diggers.
It's pretty
Yeah,
good.
but
man.
Mbuna don't dig much in gravel. They'll
my God,
pick
mine
it,
do.
they'll pick at the
Oh.
sand. If you have the only difference between sand and gravel is just the size of the individual pieces.
Yeah.
So if you have a real fine, small pieces, they'll pick at it and stuff, but they're not diggers like the South American or Central American cichlids are.
Oh, I've had Africans dig with the best of them. Whoo!
Well,
Yeah, my Sokolopes
some
don't
of them
at all,
will,
but the
especially
yellow labs
under a
dig like
rock.
crazy.
My daffodils don't, but the Chipokes, man, they dug like crazy to the point where they busted the tank because I had rocks on top of the gravel.
Right, because they were digging under a rock. They're trying to make a cave.
Yeah. But that's how I lost that tank. A rock fell over, and ever since then, you put the gravel or the rocks in first, and then the gravel.
Learned your lesson.
Yeah. And that was only a 10-gallon. These are 55s that you're looking at.
I guess I'm the weird guy out because I don't do rocks in my cichlid tanks. I do driftwood.
There are some in Boona, by the way, that go into the sand and they'll dig like pits out in the middle of nowhere. Just
My
no
yellow
rocks
labs do
around.
that. My yellow labs do that. They dig these holes and then they just kind of lay in them. Weird
Yeah.
as shit.
So, okay, what do you guys think? Like 2 or 3 yellow labs in this tank also?
Oh yeah. That'll brighten that up beautifully.
Yeah. Is there a red cichlid? Like a
there are
fire
dual-
engine red?
A crap
There
ton
are
of
red-
man-made ones.
And there are red jewels, but red jewels aren't all that red unless they're in mating color.
Yeah, I did the red jewels. They killed the manganos.
They're mean as hell. They're
I lost-
pound for
I
pound.
lost-
I think they're the meanest cichlid there is.
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely. Because I originally had jewels in here with these in the other tank.
Yeah.
And I started with 5 manganos because I was helping. Dan got these in by accident, so I bought 10 of them.
Right.
Oh, you're
And,
the one that did that.
Yeah. And
I
the
remember when he
jewels
got
killed
those.
half of them.
Yeah.
Most of these that you're looking at are all babies from from when they've been here.
Right.
I think I have
All those
3 or 4. I think
Dan
only 3 or 4 originals left.
Danny Weshy says the red zebra, the German red. I'm assuming he means the German red peacock, and then he's talking the Festi.
not really
Eureka
red, they're
is
orange,
also a
aren't they?
peacock, but the red zebra and the red terror always looked orange to me.
Yeah, they're orange.
And
Oh, you know what?
The German red, it's only red on like a portion of its body, and the same with the Eureka red, and those are both peacocks.
I know what I'm going to put in this. The Chipokes.
It may work, or you may wind up with World War III.
Eh.
Yeah.
We'll do a Sunday stream
But there's
rumble.
only one
rumble.
way to find out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll do a Sunday stream.
I'll tell you what, I have worked. Mabunas really are freaking smart fish, and I have discovered that if you take them out and quarantine them in a little tank when they're being aggressive, they get the hint real quick and they settle down. But you got to take them out for like a full 2 or 3 weeks, and I mean just piss them off. Stick them in a little tank, make them live alone with nothing, and when you put them back, they're a whole lot calmer.
I've really had no problem with these.
Red devils are orange. Or they're not red.
I love these guys because I have my little boy grows hair algae a lot, and I'll just take a handful of the guppy grass hair algae and throw it in this tank, and they'll eat it all, and they'll leave the guppy grass perfectly fine.
Really, they don't eat the guppy grass?
Nope, all that guppy grass is stuff I threw in earlier today. They ate all the hair algae off of it, but leave the guppy grass.
Oh man, mine won't. Mine will eat that guppy grass so fast it'll make your head spin.
I thought so too, and I'm like, oh, good. I get to get rid of some guppy grass too, but it seems that they don't like guppy grass.
Interesting. I have found that they don't eat my swords, and they don't eat the Java fern. Everything else though is fair game. They will just demolish it.
Yeah, I went with fake plants in this tank. I mean,
they don't eat my Amazon swords though. They don't. They leave the Amazon swords alone. So that's a win. And the Java fern they don't eat either. They don't like it. So anyway,
I wouldn't be
FYI.
mixing new and old though, Danny. They're both old world cichlids.
Oh, don't go into that. Don't mix New World and Old World cichlids. I have a tank full of freaking Africans and South Americans that does just fine. And flower
my dad had a 45 like that. But the Manganos and the Chipokes, they're both Africans, right?
Yep.
I'm pretty sure they're both Africans.
Yep.
Oh. They weren't talking to me.
Yeah.
But
I just
still
took
say
in about 40 convicts today. You want some?
I will still call BS on that though. Because like Mike said, I mean, I've seen Africans and South Americans a lot.
Yep. I have Africans in with red devils, Oscars, Texas cichlids, Midas cichlids, and flower horns, and that tank is perfectly balanced. I get very little aggression.
What did my dad have? He had the Bashardi. He had Firemouths. He had a Jack Dempsey. And he had Yellow Labs. And there was one other fish, I can't remember what it was. He only had one of them.
Jack Dempsey's, right? There's Jack Dempsey's and a Green Terror in there, too.
Green Terror, that's what it was.
Oh, yeah? Funny.
That's the black fish with like the greenish iridescence on its scales.
Yep.
Right? Yeah. That's the one he
Mostly
had.
under its chin, but yeah. Anyway, all those fish get along just fine.
My uncle had mixed African cichlids with neon tetras in his 45-gallon Horner bow front.
Right.
And they did fine.
Yep.
Nope. You're doing it all wrong. Okay? The fish police are gonna be all over you guys.
Listen, this is not Facebook. All those fish police can kiss my ass.
It's not how you do it. It's not
those
what it says.
those loser betta keepers on Facebook can, go do something with themselves. Yes, I said it. The people on Facebook, they're all losers. Yep, I said it. I said it.
Honest to God, the beta keepers on Facebook are brutal.
They're crazy.
They are.
But the goldfish keepers on Facebook, oh my God, man, they take brutal to a whole another level, man.
They're gonna be pissed because I'm getting my 38. Because these came out of the 55. The blue Acars are going in the 55 that these came out of. What's going in the Acara tank are, I want to get a black and an orange telescope more.
Okay.
Two fish. One
Yeah.
black, one orange.
Yeah. No, listen. If I go on Facebook and tell people that I keep goldfish and koi with Paku and Oscars, they're going to lose their little
Oh my
mind.
God, dude!
Oh, I wish you would.
Dude, about 200 people would have an aneurysm on the spot.
My buddy kept angelfish and Oscars together in a 20-gallon long.
I wish we could
Yeah.
do it right now.
When I was growing up.
Yeah, but they
I always
lose their
felt sorry
mind.
for him because, I mean, you could look at the tank and go, that's too small of a tank, but they were
Well,
all
that's
getting
the
along.
first thing. It's the first thing you hear. It's too small of a tank. It's too small of a tank. And then, but then again, on the other side, everybody starts their little post on Facebook. It doesn't matter which one you're in. It could be Monster Fish. It could be DIY. It could be the Better Room. They all start with, my water parameters are perfect.
Yeah. That's true.
My water parameters are perfect, but
Yeah, except
But-
I ain't tested them in 20 years.
but there's lightning coming out of my tank. I don't know what's going on.
I once
Can you
Smells
help
like
me?
a sewer, but my water parameters are perfect.
Yes,
I once
they're always
posted a
perfect.
picture of a betta in a 20-gallon tank. I had it divided into 4 sections, so 5 gallons each. The betta people flipped out and kicked me out of the group.
Yeah,
So
but it
I signed-
probably wasn't for the tank.
So
Yeah.
it's just a picture. I'm like, this is the new fish, and they're like, oh, how dare you keep it in that small of a tank? I'm like, dude, it's a 20-gallon tank.
Yeah.
So I signed on my other one. I'm like, I can't remember what I said, but like, you know what? I'll take that betta from the 20-gallon and put them in a cup now. Thanks. They kicked that account off too.
Yeah. Yeah, they get. I just get blocked for a couple days here and there, because you just leave one comment and it's like, oh my god,
I
Oh.
stopped. I stopped commenting.
I can't
Yeah.
help it sometimes.
Oh, the
Sometimes
biggest-
you just.
It came down to one of the fish keeping groups. It wasn't a specific species group. It was like a general aquarium group. And somehow the subject of metal in a fish tank came up, and
Mhm.
and they were like, "Oh my God, you absolutely can't have metal." And I'm like, "Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
It's not gonna hurt nothing."
Unless
In a
it's
saltwater
copper.
tank, it
Unless
would.
it's copper.
Well, no, metal in a saltwater tank, bad. Metal in a freshwater tank, okay.
Roundhouse, that's not true.
No, it's not true.
I was always told never use those metal thermometers, the metal clip-on thermometers with salt water. Never.
Only because they'll corrode.
But it doesn't hurt the water quality, dude.
Really, it doesn't
Right, it
leach.
doesn't hurt
It
the water.
doesn't leach the metal out.
Yeah, just
How
just
do you
corrodes
leach metal? Explain that to me.
How does water pipes leach metal into the water? The same way.
No.
That's why you can't have lead pipes
Bits
and shit
and
like that.
parts and pieces might break off, maybe. Okay. Let me ask you this, or do me a favor. Go research GFO in a saltwater tank, and then get back to me, and we'll talk about it.
The thing is, we're talking about very, very small amounts of trace element. Like when metal corrodes,
In saltwater tanks, we use rust to clean the tank.
yeah.
All I know is if you're really pissed at your brother-in-law, throw a penny in the saltwater tank. That'll get him back.
Well,
Why? What's it gonna do?
I guess, killed all of his fish.
No.
With the copper?
I guess. I don't know.
Dude, most of the saltwater ick medications are pure copper.
that's true. It'll kill all the invertebrates, but it won't kill
but the
fish.
fish will be just fine.
Oh, true. I'm sorry. Yeah. I should have
Oh, with the
stated.
coral tank?
When I talk about a saltwater tank, I'm always talking about a mixed tank. Live rock
Okay.
coral fish.
Yeah, okay.
To me, a fish-only saltwater tank is a freshwater tank. Because
It would
that's what you
wipe
get
out
with
the-
freshwater, just fish.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Danny, man, I had a 12-gallon tank back in the 90s. I went to school. I came back and I found all the stuff from my bedroom in the kitchen because my mom was redoing the carpeting. She never plugged the tank back in once she moved it into the kitchen. Getting the sea apple that was like a foot long out of that tank. Oh my God, I'm gagging about it, thinking about it.
Ugh.
Everything is always metal.
Yeah, what kind of metal are we talking about though? Like death metal? Are we talking about like Judas
Right, there
Priest?
you go.
Yeah,
I like
what
that.
are we talking about? You know,
I like
Ozzy. It's always Ozzy.
being Sharon, get to the helicopter. I
Dude,
wonder if
that guy was
Ozzy ever had
out of it.
fish. I wonder if he ever had fish. I bet he did at one point. All those
I
rich
used to
people
love
must have
watching the
fish.
Ozzy show. Remember that when he did the show?
I
Yeah,
couldn't
of
watch
course.
the show because I could never understand what he was saying.
That was the best part.
Oh, I know, but it made my family look like the poster child for the best family in the world, which is why I watched it.
No. It still made me be like, that would have been nice.
No, seriously, watching that show was the first time I ever realized that, oh my God, it's not just my family that's crazy.
Oh, no. No, everybody's crazy. See that?
I don't know.
Good
I
night,
prefer
Ricky.
crazy to evil, and these days I've decided most of my family is just full blown evil.
Yeah.
I
Well-
am proud to say I haven't talked to my brothers and sisters in over 6 months.
Good for you.
My dad's all pissed because my brother-in-law and my sister are staying at their house for a week.
You can choose your friends, but you can't choose your family, man. Just
But you-
I get it. Trust me, my
I
family.
don't know, you can you can choose to interact with them though.
My family's not the most interactive family either, but they're still your family, dude.
Oh, don't get me wrong. If something happens, we all come together. But I ain't calling them up and asking, what's going on and shit. I don't want to talk to them.
No.
I will say this. I don't initiate conversations either. I get it. I don't even initiate conversations with my friends. So yeah, I get it.
Yo, who hates when the phone rings? It's like, well, just text me. Jesus.
I got into an argument with my neighbor about that.
What?
Well, because he was complaining that he called his sister and his sister didn't call back, and I'm like, well, what if she's busy? Or she'll
Yeah.
just text you, I'm busy. Oh no, if I'm calling you, you're calling me back. Well, dude, no, that's not how it works, because texting someone I'm busy is a lot more time, a lot less time consuming than calling them up and telling them, hey, I'm busy, and hanging up.
Dude,
Because as soon as you say I'm busy, the other person's gonna be like, well, hold on,
Yeah,
and
let me
start a
just-
conversation.
Let me just
Is
tell
he
you this.
older? Because that's the way it used to work
Yeah.
back in the day.
Yeah, he's like 50, 60.
Yeah. We used to call people up. We didn't have caller ID. We didn't have
I
dick.
know, that was the
The
worst.
phone rang and somebody in the house picked it up.
Yep.
And they went, hello?
No, sometimes
Back
we...
in the day, you had to dial. It took even longer with the dial. And then all of a sudden, if you're dialing outside your area code, you get to the last number and you dial it the wrong number on accident. Now you got to do a whole thing all
No.
over again.
When it came to long distance, man, you didn't call long distance.
Oh, we did.
Because if me as a kid, if I called long distance, when mom and dad got that phone bill, they'd be like, who the fuck called such
I
and
know.
such number? And I'd be like, oh crap, that's my girlfriend's number.
Not just long distance, you also mean 1-800 numbers and stuff like that. Come on,
They
be
didn't
honest.
have those
Oh,
back
it wasn't 800. It was 900.
Yes, exactly. We had those. They come
800
up.
was free.
Yeah.
800 was like all your technical support for your other companies and stuff.
Oh,
Those
yeah,
are all
yeah.
800 numbers.
1-800 numbers were free.
Right,
The
1-900.
900 numbers, that was the per minute calls. Vinny's very, very familiar with those.
Yeah, I know. Good thing they didn't have credit cards back then.
Yeah.
At least the commercials they had for those things back in the day were entertaining.
I know. Hey, I'm sitting.
Oh
all
yeah,
by
they always
myself.
ran them at like 11 o'clock at night.
Right. From like 11 to 3.
Yeah, and because I used to watch UPN a lot. Because they had the sci-fi stuff. Come
hear me
at
now.
11 o'clock, boom. Are you lonely? Would
Yeah,
you like
why-
companionship?
Why don't you
Oh.
give me a call?
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hold on. Let me do that.
yeah.
I feel like I came
Mom.
back in and this is weird.
Mom, I'm busy.
Yeah, and then you used to turn the Cinemax, or what we
Oh.
called Cinemax on, and watch it through all the swiggles.
No. Yeah, you'd have to click back and forth. Really, you'd have to be good with the remote control. You'd be back and forth. Oh, I can almost see something. I don't know what that was.
See, all you had to do was take a pin and shove it through one of the halfway through the cable, and then it was able. The boxes that we had were able to get with only like one stripe down the middle.
Oh, we had the hot boxes. We had hot boxes, but it just wasn't. It wasn't the same adventure. I'm talking about the early technology out on the
Yeah,
frontier.
before cable, when broadcast TV.
When you had
first
VHF and
started,
UHF.
Danny, you still remember phone numbers?
Before cable hit, there was a it depended on what part of the country, where you lived, what channel it was, but there was always a UHF channel that would go to a subscription service. And it was a satellite feed, and you had to have the descrambler box.
Yeah.
Oh, we never had that in Chicago area.
And that was, God, man, that was either late 70s, early 80s technology at that time. And you could go to Radio Shack. You could not ask them for a descrambler,
No.
but you could ask them for a bag of parts. And all the parts you needed to make that descrambler came in that bag,
Yeah.
with instructions on how to put it together.
Yeah.
I miss Radio Shack.
We did that. Oh, I miss Radio Shack.
Radio Shack was like the best store in the world,
It
man.
was
It
so
was,
much shit you
but-
could get there.
And then they went and
They quit selling all the cool stuff, and they just started selling cell phones, and that was
Yeah.
their
Well,
Junk.
that's like
demise.
toy cars. They did toy cars for a while too, but
Toy car.
well, but Radio Shack used to sell kits. You could go buy a
Yeah.
radio kit, or a light kit, or something, or just electronic kits, and go and build them and stuff. They used to sell transistors and
Yeah.
resistors and
Yeah.
and capacitors, and they
Soldering iron.
with all the little drawers. The whole back of the store was just drawers, and you
Yeah.
would go and open the little plastic. It was like a hardware store with the screws, but it was
Yeah.
all electronic equipment.
yeah.
The friggin' things we used to do when we were younger. It's like now everything's disposable now. Just like, fuck it. Just throw it in the garbage, get another one. Back
Yeah.
then, we'd go into a Radio Shack and look for a certain resistor to fix our stupid Pioneer, our
The
Pioneer
old
three-stage
Pioneer radio
speakers.
stereos,
Yeah, you had to
Yeah.
get up in there. Oh, I can do this. You get it to work for about 3 weeks. It will blow up again. You have to do something else to it.
Danny Welsh, I didn't realize that Empire Carpets reached to St. Louis. But I'm sure Roundhouse would remember Empire Carpet commercials at 1-800 588
588-2300
Empire.
Empire. And it was always that guy, the cartoon guy with the mustache.
Those Empire commercials were here too. They made it to
Wow, they
Florida.
were nationwide. I did not know that. I thought they were a regional.
Empire was like one of the biggest carpet people back then.
I did not know that.
Yeah, everybody. 867 by 309.
Where is
All right,
he?
guys. We're 2 hours in. I'm going to wrap this up because I'm tired and I got to get up for work tomorrow again.
Was he?
Mike? Yeah, I know, right? Good to
Hey,
see you
tell,
guys.
tell your daughters to keep their hands to themselves.
I know.
Whoa.
Oof. Oof. You
Oof.
better make sure she didn't hear that.
Hey, now.
She might come find you,
She's gonna,
son.
yeah, she's gonna come find me and dot me in the eye too.
Hey,
There's
just
two things,
without any
Carrie.
without any warning either. You just gonna
Carrie, there's
just
two
all of a
things you can't talk
sudden.
about. Daughters and moms. Those are the two things you can't talk about.
Yeah.
That's like hitting below the belt, man.
No, I brought it up. He didn't.
Oh,
It was a
It was-
joke and you
it
missed
was-
it, dude.
It's completely appropriate, not a
It
problem.
was a joke.
Yeah. Yeah. Trust me. I'm all right. No, I'm just look, I'm just worried they don't start tuning me up as I get older. You know?
You gotta worry
Start
about it too, right?
start showing me a thing or two.
you gotta
All of
go
a
get that lead pipe
I'm in a wheelchair to
with,
put
the
me
90 on it.
in the snow. Just leave me out there.
Hilarious.
Yeah. All right, guys. I'm going to bed.
Hey,
All right,
how's it
kids.
going, video?
I'm
It
going
was-
upstairs and I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna eat like I've never eaten before. I'm starving. Then I'm going to bed.
Good
Mhm.
stream, dude.
Yeah, thank you, my
Okay.
brother. Thank you for joining me. Thank
guys
you,
later.
Roundhouse. Thank you, Mike.
All you
Terry,
guys
good to
have
see you.
fun. I'm out.
All right, guys. See you later.
Cheers.
Good to see you all.